Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Miracle Warrior Seal of the Dark Lord. Where we last left off, we didn't have enough sacred nuts to fight this thing, the Senpai. So, I went and got some, and here we are. I didn't do very much grinding or anything else. I mostly just ran from all the battles we encountered. We want to make sure we don't accidentally use our staves on this. Because, I mean, they're pretty strong, but they're also very expensive. The nuts we can just get in fights, but we have to spend $10,000 to get the other thing. To get the staves. I really don't like these things. This should be the last one in the game. But there are more bosses that I imagine are tougher than these guys are. But hey, this is definitely helping with our XP. We what, have 4 of those left? 3 of those left? Oh, we got none left. So I'll use the stabs if I have to. But let's see if we can just take this guy on with just our regular attacks. I think we can, assuming we don't get hit with too many flame spells. So go ahead and use one next turn. Yeah, because every time I say it, he uses one. If you don't believe me, watch the last couple videos where I fought these things. Hey, we dodged. So did he. Goodness. Looks like he's going to use them whether we say it or not. Just saying it caused it to happen. These guys must get tougher. Because we had only 2 party members when we fought the last one. I just have to hit him 2 more times. I'm not risking it. It's only $10,000. Use a staff. Yes! We won, and we got the armor of Athena. Medai has put on the armor of Athena. Alright, so now we've got her set up too, so we're all at 22 strength and 28 damage. Now I think the next items we can get are shields. But I want to do something else before we go do all of that. Yeah. A black monk? Well, we're gonna run from that guy. A Hydra? I don't think I want to fight him. At least not where we are now. I want to get up here to this town. I think we can take him, even at our low health. Yeah, he deals pretty much no damage to us. And we'll finish him off. Hey, some more cash. Trade ye not 50 fangs for a special stone? Sure. A stone of protection against magic. How many of those can I buy? That would have been handy against the last creature. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can have 6 of those. You mean squire? I ain't no squire. Okay, so I thought that was a town to heal in. It's not. So we'll use our herbs. It's gonna take a whole bunch, but that's why I like to keep a full stack of them for those weird instances where we aren't near a town and I don't want to fight everything on the way back to one. Alright, so we're good and healed up, and let's save the game. And we want to cross over here. A giant snail? What will we do? We'll kill it. Did you really just miss a giant snail? So not only is this thing a snail and slow, but it's also giant, which only assumes that it's slower than a regular snail. I want to go in here. Whoops, wrong button. Mad-Eye's nimble fingers open the lock. This man is thy final companion. He was transformed by the beasts. Okay. That was the wrong button again. Yep. Transformed by the beasts. Awake, giant. It won't work. A spell alone is not enough. Huh. I didn't know that. I thought we could just go get him. Maybe we have to go get the shield first. Well, we can go give it a shot. We may just die over and over and over, but we can definitely try. So we need to go straight down from here. I thought all we needed to do was go talk to him to get him. See? That proves I'm not just completely following the walkthrough. I still want to figure some of this out on my own. There's just no fun when you get stuck in something like this, and you just have to sit and beat your head against the wall until it's like, what am I supposed to do? Because these old games are terribly, terribly vague. Whoops. Meant to have Guy attack that time. It's kind of interesting that we still run into these guys, because they're just not really that powerful. I think there's an item you can get, I believe it's called a mantle, that will make weak enemies not attack you. So we probably still fight this big guy. But I don't know where it is. And honestly, it's not like that's going to be a big deal, because what does the game consider a weak enemy? Those merchants? I want to run into them. The extra 2,000 gold is good. You know, I definitely want that. So, there's the things. And I'm pretty sure if we cut directly across here, we'll fight a giant snail. Guy, redeem yourself. Good man. And then you dodged him. Very good. And then Mad-Eye just shows you completely up with a crushing attack. So I want to go heal at Doris, where we got Mad-Eye in the first place. Heal up there, and then we'll go back and we'll try and fight this other monster that I think is called a Hanj. It's H-A-N-G. And we'll see if we can fight it without going and getting a whole bunch more nuts. I wish you could buy the nuts. It's kind of annoying to have to go and get them, because the best place to find them that I found is near the very beginning of the game. So there's a lot of like traveling to get there, and it's not fun. So let's see. let's save here. And I want to save all of my HP that I can. Because who knows if we can beat this guy. I doubt we can, honestly, because everything's so tough in this game. We're gonna try. Ooh. Yeah, look at that health bar. Let's hit him with a staff. Oh, that was pretty decent damage. If we had a bunch more of those. We have, what, 3 of those? So let's use this stone. The Stone of Protection. Stopped the enemy's spells. So now, hopefully, we can just wear this guy down by splitting up our damage. And then if the stone runs out, we can use another one. And we're dodging him. This is pretty good. We're dodging him a lot. Sounds good to me. He hits pretty hard, though. Oh. That's only fair. We dodged your whole first round of attacks. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Comeuppance. Ugh. Yeah, this ain't looking so hot. We could use about 15 more of those, Medi. I don't know. It's still too early to tell, but it's not looking good. I find some of the design choices interesting in this game. Like, I feel like this bad guy could have looked really, really cool. Like with his big snake body and his like giant bat wings. And then they put like a really silly kind of goofy Saturday morning cartoon face on him. Like, boy, I'll go get you, boy. And I don't know. It's just, it's real average. Do we have to renew that stone? If we can keep dodging and we don't have to use up a whole bunch of our stones, we're getting there. Oh, it's going to be so close if we do it. Yeah. And now he's avoiding us again, so that's not good. I don't think Crom can fight anymore. Although, alternatively, if we can kill this guy and lose... Whoops. Hopefully we can dodge too. Alright, well, that was a mistake. I don't know. It's gonna be close, no question. That could have gone better. It could have gone a lot worse. So, I'll show you guys where and how to farm up the nuts, since we gotta have those too, apparently. Crom, what are you doing? Guy's just laughing his ass off at you. Odysseus' shield is kept in the far south, and I think that's what we get for fighting that Hanj. I think. Okay, so if we go straight up from here, come on, Crom, redeem yourself. And then, yeah, if we go straight up from there, we end up here. Which, if you recognize that monument on the left, this is the very first place where we fought one of those senpais. And these woods are the best place to get those nuts. And I'll show you a couple little tricks on how to get them that are especially helpful if you're using save states. So if you're using save states, just save it, try to run. If you don't want to fight the enemies, obviously. Yeah, see, I would be really upset if we found that mantle and we no longer ran into the evil merchants. Because 2,000 guilders is 2,000 guilders. That's a whole stack of herbs. So, like, I'm not here to get XP. I just want to escape. And it's like, oh, you are surrounded. Load. Easy peasy. It'll save you some time in the long run. Ah, here we go. The life ant. So, the great thing to do against these guys, because yeah, we don't have any. So, we attack him. And you want to get him down to where it's going to be one more hit will kill him. And you do a save state. And you go ahead and finish him off. And a sacred nut. Hurl it at an enemy when attacking. Now, the great thing about that is if you didn't get the sacred nuts on that final hit, you can load your save state right there, and it'll redo the RNG that tells you whether you get it or not, so you can guarantee getting them out of these fights. So it doesn't take that long, it's just kind of annoying. So, save. See, we didn't get any right there. So load it, attack. And we got him on that second time, so that puts us up at 6. So it'll save you some time, because it's like we're already having to spend time trying to find these things. I don't want to have to spend time making sure I get the items I need too. Load your save, and run away. So this should get us almost where we need to be. This should get us to 9, and then we'll need to use 1 to take us down to 8. And the next time we fight one, because you have a maximum of blah, 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 pork chop sandwiches. You have a maximum of 11. So if you have 9, like we do now, the enemies won't drop them because you can't carry a whole stack of them. It's one of the weird things about this game. But I gotta say, a lot of the weird stuff about this game gives it some serious charm. I apologize if you can hear me yawning in the background. There's not a whole lot I can do about it right now. I work third shift, and something happened and I ended up falling asleep at like 9 p.m. last night, and I woke up at 7 this morning, so my internal clock is very confused. Oh, I should have just killed this guy. We can one-shot him anyways. He's just an annoyance at this point. Ah, perfect. So we want to hit him. We want to have Medi do a hit. And we want to go down to magical. Go to the nut. Save it. Use the nut. And we didn't get anything. Load. Use the nut. Didn't get anything. Never had it take this long before. That's interesting. I never had that problem with it before. I usually use the sacred nut earlier in the fight. Maybe that has something to do with it, but I can't be sure. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. See, what I think happened there is it was still reading that we had 9 nuts at the moment that he died. And so it wouldn't drop it no matter what, because... yeah. Because no matter how we ended up doing it, the game was still reading that we had 9 of the sacred nuts. So I guess just use the sacred... if you have 9 and you're trying to get rid of one, make sure you use the sacred nut at the beginning of the fight, not the end of the fight. And there is how you do it. So in case you were doubting me based on that last thing, it does work. It just didn't work that time for some reason. So now we have 11 nuts, 3 staffs, 6 stones, the helm, the mast, the blacksmith, and the small boat. Maybe it might not be a bad idea to go buy a 4th staff. Because this guy's tough. We want to have as much as we can to actually fight him with. And they're only 10,000. We have 26,000. I was looking ahead at some of the items you get later on in the game. And for the record, we have almost everything that we end up getting. Except for some shields for our characters. But we do actually need 1,000 beast fangs to trade for an item later on in the game. That's pretty important. So we want to try and save up our beast fangs as much as possible. And luckily we're close to 1,000. Come over this way. Come down and hit this village. Darius, whatever it's called. And we'll heal up real quick. Go ahead and grab us some more herbs because we're down to 16. Actually, I meant to buy herbs first. And then back out so we can have a full stack. There we go. Now we can buy 1 full stack of herbs and heal up. I might run this episode a little long just so we can actually, hopefully, go fight that creature. So we'll heal up Guy. Sorry, Crom. And then heal up Guy. Then we'll heal up Medi. We'll buy our last stack of herbs. Assuming I don't get in such a hurry that I miss the command prompt multiple times to buy herbs. There we go. We'll save it real quick. Yeah, we can take him out. Couple of hits. We need all the things we can get at this point anyways. It's very tempting to abuse save states all the time, and I want to make sure I don't do it when I'm actually playing the game. At least not very much. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with save states, but I also don't want them... How's the right way to say it? If I abuse the save states tremendously and make sure that I keep reloading a save until the enemy misses or something like that, I don't want to play the game like that because that takes all of the challenge out of it. Now, if I'm grinding for items or I'm grinding for weapons or I'm grinding for levels, anything like that, something that's just monotonous and mind-numbing, I don't mind using save states nearly as much because I don't see any reason not to use technological advancements for things that were boring and mind-numbing anyways. Because it's not like there's a whole lot of strategy to the grinding in this. You know, like the very first Final Fantasy, I really enjoy the battle system in it. I really enjoy that you have to pay attention throughout all the battles. You know, because if you end up attacking one of the enemies and one of your other party members has already killed it, well, that puts you in a predicament because you just waste that character's turn. And so, I like that, but this is really just smashing the 1 button, or whatever its approximate is on a Super Nintendo controller, because that's what I've been using. Oh, now this guy's kind of tough. Or at least tough looking. No, he's not too bad. He still hits kind of hard. And we'll stop by a village and heal up before we go try and fight that bad guy again. The boss. The Hanj. But I really, really enjoy old school RPGs. The grinding, honestly, is fun, but it can get old. So it's like I don't want to sit and have to do the same kind of grinding over and over. I don't want to get kind of unfocused because I'm just slapping the attack button on the controller and then because I wasn't paying attention die and have to go back 30 minutes. And just, it just sounds awful. And have to do all that grinding over. Alright, so, I believe from here, we can just go up a couple of squares and head straight over. Ah, heesh. Like, this is just a water snake with Caterpie's head. I don't know why. A lot of these guys look like Pokemon. Hey, and now we're up to 1,000 fangs. Very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll lose the herbs just to make sure we are at full health for this, because this is probably going to be very tough. Whoops. So, I was just sitting here thinking, how do I want to approach this? I can use the stone. Well, okay, so my whole thought process was I can use the stone, but why use it now when he won't be able to attack because we're using the staffs and the nuts? But it doesn't appear that the stone ever runs out in the fight, so it doesn't really matter when I use it. I'm glad that we found those stones. I accidentally ran into this guy earlier, and he wiped the floor with us because he can put us to sleep, along with the flame spells, and it's just, he's tough. So, let's use all the nuts. I also wish there was a way to use these faster, because it's just kind of a bummer. It's just kind of a buzzkill, and you're sitting here like, yep, down to the nuts. Yeah, he's just sitting there, letting us peg these things at him. So we'll switch it up. We'll use a Staff of Earthquakes, which seems to do about as much damage as 3 of the Sacred Nuts. Maybe more than 3. But it's great for our XP. Can't argue that. We're getting semi-close to going up another level. Which is saying something, because going up a level is a lot of work in this game. Is this our last one? I think we have one more. No, okay. Alright. Now it's just us versus him. With a far more manageable health bar. I mean, this guy is still tough as nails. Hey, great job. Just do one of those every single turn. At least he can't cast spells on us, I think. It seems that way. Would have been nice if we could have got our 4th party member before we came to do this. Would have been helpful for sure. But I guess we have to beat this guy and get the shield before we can do that. It's weird because it seems like there are item requirements that you need before you can get party members. Because I know we had to get Crom's axe before we could get Guy. But the game never tells you why. It doesn't even necessarily tell you that that's what you need to do. You just find out either through a walkthrough or by trial and error if you had the game back in the day. I think this is a really fun game and I really enjoy it, but I think it's way too vague. I think it would be incredibly hard to figure all of this stuff out on your own. And not fun because of the incredible encounter rate. Like, don't get me wrong, the really high encounter rate is good because you need to grind. But can you imagine having no idea where to go? And the hints in this game are pretty vague, pretty useless, honestly. And can you imagine having to walk back and forth against this pretty big map? Just having no idea where to go or what to do? Sounds miserable. We won! The shield of Ulysses, the shield used by Iason. Crom has to put on the shield. So what's that bump our defense up to? 33! Yes, Lord. Uh-oh. Don't talk. That'll get us killed. We need to get back to town. We need to heal up. And then I'll probably restock off screen because it's kind of boring. I mean, I went ahead and did it this time so I could show you guys how it worked if you wanted to do it yourself and save some time. But it's not something I imagine you guys really want to see, which I find interesting because I said I wasn't going to cut out a whole lot of the grinding in this. I didn't realize that 90% of the game was grinding. and then it's like the parts of the game that aren't grinding are you grinding to get items so you can fight a boss. So it's like grinding, 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 grinding. Walk a little bit, grind, 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 grind. Walk a little more, grind, 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 grind. Fight a boss. Figure out you can't beat the boss without these items. Grind to get the items. Fight the boss. Grind to do the next thing. And that's okay. I'm having fun doing it, but it's not necessarily entertaining. Whew, it's expensive to heal these days. Oh wait, I want to get more herbs, so... Oh, wrong button. So let's heal her up. Because I want to have me a full stack of them there herbs. Yeah, now we can buy them. And we will be good to go. To hopefully go get our 4th party member. Because I think we have what we need now. But we'll find out next time. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I highly appreciate it. I hope you're having a good time. I definitely am. And I'll see you next time. Bye!